Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is one and only Castlebar Marquise, and we are live in effect. Now that y'all got the disclaimer, guess what? Now we getting into the good stuff. Sorry, I heard something. I had to pause. My Negro senses were tingling. Um, Now we get into the meat and potatoes of the stuff that even with this channel, this disclaimer had to be made because yes, we about to get into the meat and potatoes. You know what I'm saying? So, I've been really, you know, gentle hands at a lot of these stories so far, and with obvious reasons. Because I was trying to play by the rules, but hey, if you've seen the live, if you've seen the disclaimer video, the self destruction video there, and you won't be surprised by this story at all, and why things are shifting into more interesting topics. All right, so with that being said, topic of this one: origin origins of Tank and Diesel. Okay, so right off the dribble, we're gonna have to go right basically to the trio story. So now, if you've been watching the videos, the trio is really tight now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we more than just homeboys, we brothers. You know what I'm saying? And for the reasons why. Um, if you watch the other videos about the trio. So now the trio is official. We're pooling our money together, our resources together. We got the hotel thing going on, so we're not really stepping on anybody's toes. So, we're kind of in a nice space. You know what I mean? Not really thinking about like expanding or taking on or taking over things, anything like that. We just kind of like, we cool, we good, right? So one day, it's like I can't even remember what class we was in. We was in one of the classes. We in high school. We in one of the classes, and along comes two new students. One named Tank, one named Diesel. Of course, that's not the actual names, but there's a reason why I can't go. Ooh, even after the disclaimer. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so Tank and Diesel, who are two biological brothers. Tank is older than Diesel by like literally a year. You know what I'm saying? But they mama and her infinite wisdom was always have each other's back, in which I'm probably sure she probably now understands that she created a monster with that plan. But she held Tank back. You know what I'm saying? So when Diesel came along, like Diesel's actually in his right grade and everything else. Tank is in his right grade and everything, but like, you know, they had to, you know, have each other's back. And for good reason, because their mom, and not discrediting her, all respects to her, because she was a cool lady. She just was one of those moms that I think like that was like the first time of me ever seeing like a vengeful woman. Like, you're not gonna have anything to do with your father's side of the family, and all. And she'll get mad and get ghosts. Yeah, that was the first time I experienced that. Like, get mad and get ghosts type energy. Like, with females, and it made their life a living hell because now they gotta, start over from scratch and everything else. To where they were like the yin yang twins, you know what I'm saying? Me and my brother, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how they was. That they were actually, brothers, you know what I mean? So how they come to our school, Verizon had a call center out in like Jersey or whatever. So when Verizon's call center moved down south, their mom took the pay increase and the job and relocated. But even up north, they were ostracized a little bit. They was, and it was, their mom had another weird thing that, I guess this is up north culture. So they really lived in Virginia. Okay, she had a house in Virginia, not HIV, but we gonna tell that story. That's a VA story. Stay tuned for that. You know what I'm saying? But all right, she had a house, an actual, structure house in Virginia, um, And then she had an apartment in Jersey or whatever, but the schools were better in Virginia where she was at. So it was weird, you know what I'm saying? But she was making bank enough to have two, so I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So day one, they come to the school, but I and Pietro and KP could kind of tell just from how their demeanor was and everything. They kind of was just like, we already know what this about to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, we cool. We don't cause no ripples, no waves, but we already know one of y'all gonna try this. You know what I'm saying? One of the other crews gonna try this. You know what I'm saying? They gonna flex to see if we soft and they this and they that. So we kind of like shadowed it, let them know that we're the smallest crew or clique at that time, what some people would call them, those smallest crew that's out here. You know what I'm saying? But we just saying, hey, bro, we ain't got no problems with you. Y'all boy cool. Listen, we that's how we formed our thing. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't brothers. We, like y'all. Hey, so no pushback, no blowback from us, right? So then naturally, another crew, they rolled on them, or at least they tried. Folded them up like a bad wallet. I mean, like, it was so on time, like, and they were just so nice with these hands and everything. Like, it was just, you never could catch them alone, or you never could catch them. Like, they even had a system, like, bro, we gonna walk from this class, that class. Hey, text me. I don't care if you fighting in class, bro. I'll leave my class to come to your class. Like, if we gonna get expelled, we're gonna get expelled together. We're gonna get suspended, we're gonna suspend together. But with the one thing we're not gonna be is bullied by anybody. You know what I'm saying? So seeing how they moved, and after that, we really, like, as it was going down in front of us, I remember Pietro, yeah, we're just looking at it and everything. We like, yeah, these guys, we got to bring them into this family. You know what I mean? It was like, yeah, definitely. They got heart, they got, they rules, principles. They're just trying to survive like us. You know what I mean? So again, this is how the family was created. They're just a bunch of rejects. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't have any family like that. All their lives, even when their mama was, trying to figure out her work situation, they might have a homeboy in Chesterfield, or you know what I'm saying, whatever that place is, you know what I'm saying, or another homeboy that they grew up with for a short period of time in Mansfield, but they communicate, but they don't, you know what I'm saying? We're young, you know what I mean? But just communication alone is still loyalty, you know what I'm saying, to the gut. So after they pretty much wiped the floor with that crew, came back off suspension and everything, they were just like, other crews tried to like recruit them and everything, but they was like, man, we ain't messing with none of y'all clowns, bro. It's just me and my brother. And then it got down to us, and they was like, nah, except for y'all. Y'all about the realest that was out. You know what I mean? Like, y'all came with us with respect and everything else. And y'all the smallest crew in here, but we see that y'all just like us. So for like a short period of time, we wasn't just after that, together, you know what I'm saying? It was more like, it was them, it was us, and then it was them, and then we kind of like came together over time to, twist the fingers to be braided and locked into this thing. But the knowledge was there, the respect was there, and Tank and Diesel, you know, they off the dribble once fully indoctrinated into this thing. We're like, okay, well, y'all got three situations going on right now. Okay. So it makes no sense, and there's no need for us to try to stretch ourselves too thin. And if y'all three bosses to create 5 bosses. Like it doesn't make any sense. So how about this? The 3 we got, let's strengthen that and let us be the strings that connect it. Because Moses, Book of Sugar, and Party Treats have to get there somehow, right? All right. So that's what they did. And they came up with a unique system. But off of the demonstration skills, they were also muscle. You know what I mean? Sometimes KP, Tank, and Diesel were their own trio. Like, yeah, they're so their own trio to where like, but if you got to deal with that trio, oh, you already know they coming for you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's, hey man, we're past the point of negotiations. We're past the point of, look, man, I understand you a gangster and you're trying to exhort your gangsterhood, my gangsterhood, but look, bro, we don't got to take it there. You know what I'm saying? Like we can handle this as gentlemen and everything else, and but you have some small minded people that they don't even understand that. They think this is what it's all about. Like this is the life. You know what I mean? And they think it's like the movies where what. No, you're not going to see it coming. It's just like that. It's like there's no warning. This, that, no. Final notice. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no, we gonna talk to you before nothing. It's final notice. Like you're not gonna openly, if we think you're a problem, we're gonna take care of that before it becomes a problem. You know what I'm saying? We don't do fire. We stomp out while it's smoke. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold up. You know what I mean? Leaves is burning. And that's where, it became the 5. Then you add the females into it, it became the 6, the 7, and then it became the family. And then, but even then, we were smart enough to realize, like, we ain't gonna put a name on this. We ain't gonna be the Crips, we're not gonna be the Bloods, we're not gonna be, what I'm saying, the G's or, this, that, because if ever, and it did, if ever it got to a level, that's how the conspiracy charges is. That's how the racketeering charge. That's how all of these things, and like just, as you can see, these things put you into, they sink you. You feel what I'm saying? So even when people was like, yeah, that's the family, I don't even say that. Ain't nobody getting that's the family tattoos and this, that, and third, because it was just like we took an approach like the original, you know what I'm saying, mobs of America that we studied. And even some of the people that were, older, like this, I'm talking about we in our teens, but we got people that we're, being mentored by, or respect us, who in their 50s, 55, 60. You know what I'm saying? They seeing like, when I talk to these youngsters, they get it. They don't just hear me, they listening. And they're trying to, the only time they're pausing is when they're trying to adapt what I'm trying to tell them works into what they got going on today. You know what I'm saying? And that was us. You know what I mean? So we like being like the Black Hand. If you know, you know. If you don't know, then you don't need to concern yourself. But if you know, then you already know. And that was it. That was our saying. That was our alma mater. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bro, you know. even saying that, like, if you know that we gangsters, you gangsters, we don't have to go shoot this out and everything else because we're gonna ride on ours just as hard as you're gonna ride on yours. You know what I'm saying? So if you know that, and you know how that's going to end, you know, best of both, you know what I'm saying? Why are we both trying to crash out? So let's try to make this diplomatic. Let's sit down as businessmen. Let's sit down as, or how we said it back there. Let's sit down as gangsters and do gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? That real gangster-ish, not that bogus stuff that you see on watered eyes TV and everything else. Not like real mobsters, you know what I mean? Like real racketeers or whatever, you know? And that's how it was. Now, with them also being from, you know, up north a little bit, you know what I'm saying? That also opened up other situations to where it was like, all right, now that we got this really sold up and locked in, like, you know, we got a good thing with no heat and everything else. They like, hey, you know, we can vouch for our mans that's here in this state or in this state or Cincinnati or whatever or Ohio. And that's when they really got together. That's when it really, really, really became like, okay, let's expand. You know what I mean? So when somebody came and vouched for Jeffrey, who is being vouched for by this person like this, it's like, look, Jeffrey is a stand-up dude. He and this, that, you know, we know him from this, blah, blah, blah. He ain't flashy. He listen, if you lay down the law, he gonna follow it. You know what I'm saying? He just don't want to be crossed because he ain't got nobody out here to really, you know what I'm saying? Woo. Okay, cool. You vouch for him, so if anything happens, that's your problem. Say less. All right, guess what? Jeffrey just moved to a new apartment complex. Or Jeffrey parents, or however the case may be, a brand new apartment complex where they're pulling the stickers out the tub. If you know anything about brand new apartment complex like that, when you got to pull the sticker out the tub, you already know. There's no competition there. It's not even a hood yet. But now everybody's like, eventually, as it fills up and people start moving in and everything else, supply and demand. First, you find out who's smoking, who ain't. Maybe after a while, you'll ask. Whoever starts there first and kind of shows that, hey, we ain't got no problems here, and we can keep this. It becomes business. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's happy. Hell, the police is happy because now it's not a crime area. It's like all the good people live here. You know what I'm saying? Even though the good people, they indulge in the same thing. It's even, I'm going to tell you the craziest part, right? Craziest thing I've ever, well, one of the craziest things, because I've seen a lot of crazy stuff in my lifetime, but one of the most uniquely crazy thing that tripped me out was when the tenants put their money together to rearrange buildings. It was so crazy. And these is an apartment buildings. Like, they went to management and was like, listen, what would it take for building, all right, this apartment, listen, all us want to move to building E. What kind of request is that? Some money was spread around, no violence. All the tenants in building E want to move in different apartments. Some of them were even heck of a deals, like, hey, bro, if you switch apartments with me, I'll give you $100 a month for a year for your new lease. You really gonna care? And you gonna help me move this in here? If not, move this in here, move my stuff for free? Like, who's gonna pass this up? You know what I mean? So especially some of the chicks that was on Section 8, like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I really ain't got no rent or water or the light bill, water, everything paid, man. So it became a situation where it was like, yeah, you know what I mean? But now, guess what? Everybody in that whole entire apartment building that may be a quad, you know what I'm saying? Not a duplex, but a quad, because there's 2 apartments on the bottom, there's 2 apartments up top, or you know what I'm saying, or it's 8plex, you know what I'm saying? It's got 8 buildings, but everybody in there is cool. You know what I'm saying? So you might have the motherfuckers out there just smoking on the back porch. They on the damn stairwell, everything else. They like, hey, bro, hey, you know, woo, 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 woo. And you know what I'm saying? He can get it from woo woo. And there's no problems. Ain't nobody calling, ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's lovely over there. They like, shoot, forget buying a house. I like it right here because it's comfortable. I'm content. Only thing I gotta worry about is getting a raise at the job. You know what I'm saying? Like it became like that, man. It was crazy. But back to Tank and Diesel, man, they came, they muscled, they got their fingers dirty, you know. They came in smelling like sweat and mud. There's a reason why I was saying that. Not like they physically did, but it's a reason why I say that's a Easter egg for other videos in the future. But anyway, yeah, they came in smelling like sweat and mud, and what started as just, you know, this became this, and then it became, for them, it became them 2 together, to where they started having to have their own crews because they started expanding. They had started to have their own responsibility. So it wasn't like the brothers coming together. It's like, all right, that's Tank's crew over there, that's Diesel crew over there. But everybody's all cool with everybody because we're all one big family. And that's what happened, man. I wish I could really say some chicks' names and give them some shout outs and love who was, you know, in the family, out the family. But like that, them 2, they changed up all the time. And moral of this, of their life story, especially back then, is I think they were also the first people that I observed that you as a mother switching up guys and all this other stuff, or how you maneuver in your dating life. Yeah, you can, if you're raising young men, young boys, that can affect how they view women. Like, not like, okay, well, I'm out here playing women because, you know, I see my mother get played. It's more so in their case, like in Tank and Diesel case, where it's like, okay, my mom's played guys, or she would only put up with guys to a certain point, even when she, you know, she had a zero tolerance to a point of arrogance. So why would I be out here and letting any of these other women, you know, after I've seen this is how women are, because your mother is the base model and example of it. Oh, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing. You know, I'm gonna cut her off before she cut me off. So they didn't really have any like reoccurring ones. Not like Gina, um, Michelle, and my significant other at that time. So there you go. Tank and Diesel. You know what I'm saying? Double barrel shotgun. Double shotty. Got a body. Yes. Yeah, we gonna let that ride. We gonna let that ride. We gonna let that ride. But yeah, I was supposed to say that. That's all I can just say. That was yeah, don't worry about it. But anyway, I'm Castlebar Marquise, and yeah, that's the origins of